Well, it is audio fun a poppin'. Let me tell you, folks. Let me just clue you right on in. I have no idea why, but I'm still doing the post commentary. Yeah, doing it solo today. It was just a one-off kind of fun special with Chris there. But I'm looking at my audio for the game volume and it's just dead. I have no idea why. Only for about a few more seconds here, but I'm looking on the timeline and I don't know. I guess just everything decided to take a complete dump for this one episode, and that's fine. I guess that's the way. No, I do remember what it was. I take that back. It isn't just everything taking a dump, although that is fun. So what was happening was the way that I've got this rigged up. I'm just going to talk about this while we keep going here, because we're still on the search. We're still on the search in this palace trying to find stuff, right? Now that we have the lantern, but the way that it was working is that my setup is the audio comes from my main computer and it goes out through HDMI to my capture card, and then it goes out from my audio interface, which is a Focusrite, what is it, 18i8, if I remember what I have. And so the audio goes back out to my headphones, but it also goes out through the HDMI back to my monitor so I can see what I'm playing. And the monitor has audio out that goes to my speakers. So I was trying to turn the frickin' volume down on the speakers so that it wouldn't get picked up on my microphone. And then I realized there was no audio going out at all. Because I was still actually playing it originally from my computer. You know, I thought about what I should be doing is I've got a Super Nintendo Classic that's modified. What I really should be doing is I should have loaded this up on there, and then it would be just straight up independent of the computer and everything, and you can just do it that way. I could still be using my regular Super Nintendo controller and everything, but that's not the way we're doing it. So back to the game specifically. Here's the situation. I don't have any more bombs to get rid of that friggin' thing. I don't have any more magic, so I decided to just jump on it, which worked. And then look at this. We start getting some more stuff. The problem with all this is that now we're getting things that they're cool, but they're like quality of life, right? So we just got the boots, but it's not the Pegasus boots. It's just kind of beats. That just must be a way that I say it, because I've heard it before too. Beats, boots. They're boots. Say it one more time. Boots. We got those, but they're the ones that let you walk on ice. They're not the Pegasus boots. So we got that, and then we've got the coat, which is cool, but it's not getting us any further, like, in the dungeon at all. So yeah, that's no fun. I'm trying to take these out to see if I can maybe get another key or something, because, you know, searching, looking, but got the 3 medallions, which is also cool, but with no sword. That's, like Chris said, we're kind of sword out of luck. There's nothing you can do with it. I tried using it before, I think in episode, 3 or something? And you can't just be like a sorcerer and start calling quakes or bombos or ice or anything like that. It just can't be done, which kind of sucks. So I think what I'm going to do here actually is fast forward till we get to the next cool part. So let's try that. Yeah, so it's cool. That was kind of weird, but we're back in the club. I mean, we're back over here now. I went through and I cut out a little chunk of this because it really is just me wandering around with nothing happening. But this is when I thought of, well, maybe the little kid in the dark world, the fox or coyote thing that's like complaining that I'm still asking him for stuff. But you know what? He should be giving us some stuff because, well, you think if he has one item, why the heck wouldn't he have more, right? Probably. I know that over here, that's kind of where you dig up in the light world to get the flute, I think it was, right? So I was trying to look around there and just making a point, like, hey, we should go dig here. If I had a shovel, this is where I'd use my shovel if I had one. Dingleberg. Damn Dingleberg. Anyhow, how you guys doing? You doing good? Keep asking that. And I'm liking the response so far. Of silence. It's cool. It's cool. So we're wandering around some more, trying to think of some more cool places to go. And yeah, that's kind of the name of this game in general, you know. thing is here, I thought about this cave too, because there's one in the light world. I think that's the one where the fairy is at. But in the dark world, that's not the case. You know, in the dark world, you wander in here and you talk to this guy, and there's a bottle, which is fantastic. But there's also this place in the back that's got a couple goodies. The bottle is huge, though, because it means we actually go buy potions again. And by the way, the hammer! Motherfucking hammer! Can I get a hammer? Yeah, I'm like screaming at this point, and I bet you can imagine me doing it, because it sounds a lot like this. Yeah, we got the motherfucking hammer. And you know what happens? The thing is, whenever you get the thing whenever you get a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and believe me, we are going to nail things like there is no tomorrow. Now, if you've been keeping score, you'll know that we've passed quite a few different places that we could be nailing. It opens up quite a lot of stuff, which is great, so we're going to be using the hell out of that. It's going to open up the western half of the map and stuff, and also this now too. But speaking of things that we can open up, Mega Bomb can help us with that. Isn't that neat? So let's grab that Mega Bomb. And surely we won't, lose it or anything, so we should be all good to just plot our course up to the pyramid and jump off the side and... Oh, wait. Good thing we were loaded for money. Go back and buy another one. It's cool. He just manufactures them. He's a freaking dragon. He's a freaking dragon. Do you know what I'm talking about? Dragon. Yeah. But, so here's the first part where we get to use the hammer, right? You can just knock this stuff out, flatten them with that nice, satisfying kind of sound. It's like a cluck without the release, without the decay. Just like more ASMR. Do you like the ASMR of whatever this is? Probably just drove about 5 people crazy right there. I knew somebody who couldn't stand that at all. She would just go nuts. The thing is, when you dislike something like that, you start to hear the intricacies of people when they do it every time. And we got bombs, which, I've never seen those before. Obviously not freaking out right now about getting bombs and then getting more and more bombs. Wondering why in the world people would just keep sticking bombs in all these chests. There's one more chest up to the right, but I wanted to make sure to go and check all the areas, because you never know. Just like Electric 6 said, you never know until you go, but look at that. Look what we have here. It's a chest. It's a present with the sword, the MFing sword. Now, this isn't going to be the master sword, but it is a sword, which means if you are still keeping track, it means we can knock out those Cyclops people, which is really cool. The little downside here is that it's level 1, so, there's going to be some issues trying to attack some people, but it's cool. I mean, a hammer and the sword on the same play. Come on, you gotta respect that. I mean, you just gotta. It's something that's really great. At this point, it was decreed to just pretty much kill everything in sight, to really exercise the sword and give it the true sacrifice, the sacrificial lambs it needed to become, usable and everything. So I'm killing everybody at this particular point. As you can see, even the clam with the Hawaiian skirt thing, the hula skirt, it's great. Might be thinking, gosh, Zach, you forgot one of those Cyclops bomb dudes back there. And you were right. But now he's dead. Very dead. That's my phone going off again. Isn't that great? You guys love phones? Sometimes I like phones. Sometimes I don't like phones. Sometimes I like to put muffin crumbs down the collar of my shirt. And we're talking about phones? Yeah. Anybody watching this on their phone? Sometimes I do, but not usually. Anyway, moving around, going back up north, gonna jump to the circle of stones in the water is our next stop. Is where we're gonna go hippity hop. I think. Is that where we're going? Zach, where are we going? Zach? Are we going to the light world? Well, it's obvious that I haven't watched this before I went and recorded it again, or watched it before I recorded it. That makes sense. Hey, Zach, did you watch this before you recorded it? Yes, it was a premonition in a dream I had where I saw myself not going to the stones in the water. Obviously, that's what was happening. Fantastic. But here's the thing, is we still didn't hit that, as far as I remember, so we're gonna head over Deadaway, right, Zach? Zach? We're not going there. Alright, we're going to Kakariko Village. I keep calling it Kakariko or Kariko, and it's Kakariko. Kakariko. Kakarat! Kakariko. It's Kakariko, I'm pretty sure is the right way to say it, but I always call it Kariko for some reason. I think that's the way I originally read it. But I mean, I originally read Bethesda as Bethesda, so, you know, you can't really listen to me on everything like that. Funny story about that is my buddy keeps calling it Bethesda to this day. He'll still be like, Bethesda just messed up Fallout 76. I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to correct you because I know where you're coming from when you say that. Yeah, so with the sword, we should be able to go back in here and start knocking out Cyclopses. Was the original idea. That was the intent. Also, the hammer I thought I needed to use here too. But also just running naked is cool. Freya runs so spastically when she's naked. I guess I'd be running spastically too if I had... Take a breath. A giant fire snake and weird monsters coming at me and all that. Oh no, we're gonna go fight blind. That's what we're gonna do. I feel like a commentator on my own game when I don't even know what I'm doing where I thought I knew what I was doing. You guys want to take bets on if I'm right for what I think I'm doing or not? It'd be kind of fun. I'm nearly positive we're gonna go up and fight blind though. It's not a blind let's play. It's a what would you say? It's a semi-blind let's play because of the randomizer that we're commentating blind. How about that? Because after this and I think one more episode, and then I realize I'm like, oh, I should go check my mic, you know, and just to check. So after that, we're back to the regular stuff again. In the meantime, I know you guys are loving this, so it's totally cool. I'm loving it. I'm loving just watching myself. I'm gonna watch these anyway. You hear that? You hear what that is? Can anybody guess? Here's another bet. Can you guess what this is? It's down by my feet. Sounds familiar. Maybe you've heard it for Christmas. Is it a coffee can full of screws that every boy worth his salt should have by the time he's 10? No. It's one of my boxes of Legos. Many boxes of Legos. Why is there string on this? What was this? Oh. That was for a drawbridge. Centrail's Maw was the name of it. It was pretty cool. I have pictures of it somewhere. You know, playing with Legos all has its place, but maybe I should be doing some of this still. Watching my own video, Zach. Why don't you do that? Did that door disappear when we walked through the bottom door? That was kind of neat. Get to look at all the intricacies now. All these little just things you don't normally notice. But here's what we're here for. This is the reason that we're here. Is to get this thing that we didn't need, really. And now that we have, we all feel great, right? Everybody's feeling good. It's like we're taking those happy pills. We're opening up chests. Big chests. I like big chests. Here's where I take my revenge for not having to use bombs on these guys anymore, because it's a lot better to do it this way. Yeah. Killing the slimes. Get rid of these slimes. The heads of those statues, or those statue heads, look like, what is it, the Thing from the Fantastic Four? Is that who it is? Fun fact, I'm really not a big superhero person, so I could be completely wrong on if that's who it is, but I think it's the Thing. It's like the guy who's all rock and no roll. No, I don't know. He kind of looks like that dude. Okay, he's got some heartburn, spitting up fire. He's been eating wings, I think. Wings and things. We got the girl. We're on our way out. Everything's cool. There's no way this girl could be like a terrible monster who wants to try and kill us after she turns into a giant gingerbread man, right? Right? Another thing is, this is the first boss we've fought so far. Like, I haven't even been able to get to the boss room of any other dungeon besides this one so far. Just because we get really close. We're really close to a few of them, but not quite there. Like for the first palace in the Dark World, we're close. Or in the Light World, actually. Even, it's pretty close. It's just the one thing you gotta do, you know. Or the Water Palace, we need the hook shot and all of that. Here's where I realized it's a switch. You see that part? My favorite part was where I went over there and I realized that it was a switch that opens the door. Trying to grind some hearts on my way in, but that's not going to work. So we bite the bullet and we go on in. We walk into the sunlight to get up where we belong. Pull you up into the light to get where, no, to where you belong. Where's that song go? Do 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 do. I should do a bunch of music where it's just a cappella. I really shouldn't, but actually, what's kind of fun is I do like doing music where I kind of mix my a cappella stuff in. Fun fact. Well, there's a lot of fun facts, but fun fact today, right now, on my preview video, there's actually me just doing some acapella. Like, if you listen to the left channel, you put on some headphones, I think it blends in pretty well, which I'm proud of myself for doing. But if you listen to that preview video, the music in the background on the left channel is seriously just me going like this, like, or no, it's like that. And I started out with that because I was just thinking in my head that and the bass line, you know, just to try that. But then I ended up throwing a tambourine in there. And so the tambourine's in most of the right channel, and my crazy a cappella stuff is in the left. And yeah, I think it actually blends in really well, which is the point when you're mixing. So I feel like that's a triumph. I'm gonna note it as a triumph here, but yeah, go back and listen. You'll hear it. You'll hear it's in the left channel, like I said. So we got these guys throwing bones at us, which is fun. Screw you, bone guys. Oh, you know what else sucks? I just found my Santa hat today. Like, I have a real-life Santa hat that I bought a couple of years ago. There's a picture of me absolutely slammed with it at a New Year's party. And I couldn't find it. I wanted it again for this year so that I could use it for Christmassy stuff, but I couldn't find it. And then I found it under, like, one shirt just today or yesterday. I was like, what the heck? Also, anybody else noticing this gingerbread man's eyes? They're all shifty. They're like, hey, baby, yeah, all right, yeah, how you doing? So I'm about to die, and oh, I did die. Never mind. Scratch that. Never mind. Yeah, so I was like, I really wish that I'd found my Santa hat before. I'll have to see if I can find that picture where I'm just slammed too. That's I don't black out too often. I have only blacked out in my life twice. I think it was twice, and that was one of them. We were shooting, it was New Year's party, and we were shooting 100 proof vodka, and then my friend, it was at her place, so she was doing some specialty drinks, and it was like wine mixed with 100 proof vodka, and something else. I don't know if it was more alcohol or if it was whatever, but I'm a hearty guy when it comes to booze. And I blacked out before like 11 at night, which is insane because if you've ever seen me drink, if you're anybody who's seen me drink, you know I'm usually the one who's quite literally helping to drag my friends into the car. Shout out to our boy Dave, L Dave, dragging him into the car. Or shout out to our buddy, the Skoog man. Me and our buddy Josh pulled him into the car. That was great. So to black out before even 11 on New Year's is just nuts for me. But it's crazy because, I can see why as a parent you'd be afraid of like your kid going to a party and blacking out, because I saw videos of me later and I'm still interacting with people and it's like, dude, I have zero recollection of that. The last thing I remember is puking in the toilet with my eyes closed. Fun times. Great. Great times. The next day I thought I was like in purgatory. I woke up and what was it? The people who were hosting the place or were hosting the party have kids, and the kids were hanging out in the basement, so they were having a good time and everybody was having a good time. And then her husband ended up, I guess, after I got done puking my guts out, went and dragged me into one of the kids' beds. So I woke up in this bedroom where it was, just for the record, it was just me, obviously. That's fucking weird. Anybody's thinking anything else. But I woke up in this bed that's way too small for me, and the walls, I think, were all painted like, fun colors or whatever. Or something was making it seem definitely out of the ordinary. I could hear voices, but I was like, I don't know where the fuck I am, because I've never been in that room before. It was like, they have a hallway that kind of, it's a really cool hallway. It's not like a secret hallway, but it feels like a secret hallway because you wouldn't know it's there unless you knew it was there, kind of, at least my impression of that. So I woke up in this room and I'm like, my God, it finally happened. I'm dead. I can hear the voices in the distance. And I guess I must have reverted back to being a kid or something because I'm dead. And then I kind of start to get my bearings back and I'm like, wait. Oh yeah, no, I just got supremely fucked up last night. Yeah, and so there was a bunch of stories apparently of what I did. Mostly pretty funny, actually. So that's great. And one of the other friends who was there waved at me when I was getting dragged off. That was great. Oh, this is the commentary I was going to say is I realized I've got a whole bucket of health from one of the bottles that we grabbed. So I'm just going all out at this point, going nuts, just going absolutely freaking crackers here. And we got it. Bullshit is what we got. Yeah. We got butt kiss. Butt kiss, as they say. Yeah. It's great. I don't know. Yeah, that was my New Year's a couple of years ago. It was fun. Like I said, I blacked out. That was my second time. I have not blacked out since. I don't recommend it. I'm sure it can't be healthy. But, yeah, shout out to old Vanessa Victoria for mixing kill your friends kind of drinks. That was great. It was a good time. So, yeah, that's how that went. Also, by the way, that's the end of this episode. Come back for more. It looks like, I'm looking at the timeline right now, we got one more where it's post-commentary, and then it's back to the good stuff. Well, the real good stuff. This is good stuff too, right? Am I right, people? I'm right. All right, see ya.